Tarbosaurus is definitely one of my favorite all-time Jurassic World sculpts. The thing is awesome. The colors, they got it perfect the first time. I would rather have it fully posable instead of having an action feature, but it's not too hard to keep it shut and turn it from side to side during a picture. I hope they come out with a Hammond Collection one eventually. But what I did is I took one of my T-Rexes and I made a custom Tarbosaurus, a full-size one, because Tarbosaurus was pretty much the same size as a T-Rex. I've had a lot of questions about it, how I did it and stuff, and I made it before I actually started my YouTube page. So today I'm going to take a Thrash and Throw T-Rex and mod it into a Tarbosaurus inspired by Camp Cretaceous Hidden Adventure. Now the main ingredient in doing this is milliput. And if you don't know, milliput is a 2-component epoxy putty, and you mix it up half and half until it all blends into the same color. Right now it looks like dog shit and goose shit. So you take the dog shit and the goose shit, half and half, you mix it together until it's all the same color, and then you can start using it. It takes about 4 hours for it to set completely, but you want to have all of your sculpting done well before then, because it starts to harden a bit and then it gets a little bit more difficult to sculpt. It's also good to have a bit of water on hand. You can dip your fingers in the water. It makes it a lot easier to work with and it doesn't stick to your fingers. And there we go. What I did, I added a little bit to the bottom jaw. I added some extra bit of cheek protrusion. I added on to under the eye, and I made the ridges on the brow a bit bigger. Added a little bit of bump on top of the nose. Added a little bit more on top of the head, and I did all of this spiking kind of detail going down its back. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect when you're doing this, because I'm going to take a type of 3-dimensional squeeze bottle paint and meticulously do scale texture all over it, and I'm going to do the extra little ridges and bumps and stuff in between these with the 3-dimensional paint. Okay. Added some detailing on him. I'm going to add more, but first I'm going to put a coat of white paint on to act as primer, and then I'm going to go from there because I'm all out of primer. Another thing too, I made sure to stay away from the action feature when I did the spikes so that it can still work. So if you're going to use a Rex that has an action feature, just keep in mind that you don't want the spikes to overlap the way the action feature works. I've given him a coat of white. I might have to, that little triangle bit coming down, I think I got to get rid of that to make that curve better. That's, I painted him white. It's starting to look better already. It looks kind of like him from front on. And this is just like a brown, whitish, yellow color. If you really want to get a good paint app on a Tarbosaurus from Camp Cretaceous, I would suggest watching the Jurassic Park Compound YouTube channel. He recently did a repaint on the normal Mattel Tarbosaurus, and it looks awesome. So basically, I'm just watching his tutorial. I don't have the proper colors that he has or the quality of paint, so I'm just kind of winging it as I go, trying to mix up a decent color. So now I'm going to do a red, kind of like the red Rex, and go over the top, and then do the black striping and stuff. See how that goes. See how that goes. Making progress. It is going to take me quite a while to get the paint app correct, or close to correct on this thing. I mean, it's not going to be screen accurate, obviously, because nothing I do is screen accurate. He's starting to look quite a bit different than his previously identical counterpart, though. Starting to look more like the Tarbo. When the paint is on it, it starts to blend the milliput in a lot better. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to finish this guy, and I'm going to have to take a break from it today because My Dino Trackers vehicle is on the way from Amazon. And now we're ready for Mod Podge. I mean, I could always work on it a bit more, tweak it up a bit. There's some things about it that I don't really like. There's really not many good pictures of the actual Tarbo, and everything's dark, so it's all a guess really. But I think it's pretty good. He's getting there, right? The worst thing about using the thrash and throw was he kind of falls over a bit easy. So you could fix that by adding some milliput to the bottom foot or whatever. Or you could just use a different T-Rex as your base. But he's ready for Mod Podge. So let's get some Mod Podge on this guy and put it in a shot, because I'm sick of it being on my work table. And we're done. So now I have 3 Tarbosaurs. One was released by Mattel. The other 2 do not exist, but they exist here. I'm pretty happy with it. I could have paid more attention to the striping, but I just wanted to get it over with because it was so tedious. Like right here, it's a little bit uneven, I find, but whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. So let's put this guy in a diorama and see how it looks. I've got this abandoned theme park area set up with some Hot Wheels track, Lalaloopsy Ferris wheel, Lalaloopsy pretzel house, and some other just various things. I think it looks kind of like the hidden adventure area. I don't know, what do you think? There you go, thrash and throw Tarbo.